Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've seen my videos before. Today's Pick a Card Tarot reading is on how you can manifest your reality and your grandest desires in a pure and powerful way. And this has been something that's been in my energy for quite a while now, and in the energy of some other people also that I've been speaking to. I really think that now is the time to take back our creative power. The time is gone for waiting for outside forces or people to make things happen for us. What we want to do is take back that power so we can mold and shape our reality in any way we want. So in this read, what I'm wanting to do is provide you with a personalized approach into how to tap into this power and take back control of your life and take back control of the direction of your life. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to quickly go over what we're going to cover in the read, and I'll also do the pile selection. So if you wanted to go straight to the pile selection, you can just click on the timestamp for pile number 1, which will be in the comments section and also in the description box. And then just go back 5 or 10 seconds and then you'll see the piles there. But if not, we'll just cover that now. So in each pile, when I do the pile selection, that will be the energy check for your current situation. So it'll speak about where you are now. So if what you're wanting to create is abundance, say financial abundance, potentially the situation might be a blockage in the financial area, or a blockage in abundance and prosperity, for example, or it might be you're wanting to manifest a relationship. So this energy check will reflect something with regards to love or relationships. So that'll be the pile 1, 2, and 3 energy check. And then when we go into the read a little bit deeper, we'll go over how you can manifest your reality, which is the title of the video, and your grandest desires in a pure, powerful way. And what I'll do is I'll use 3 oracle decks to identify 3 key tips that you can use, personalized tips for your area of life that you're choosing to help you manifest that reality. And then I'll also use the Mythic Tarot to see what you can do today to get you closer to your grandest desire. What action step can you do today? And then I'll get some advice from Spirit, and then we'll have a look at the future energies over the next 1 to 2 months and see how things are unfolding for you. And we'll close off with some channeled messages. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to do the pile selection for piles 1, 2, and 3. So this is the Energy Oracle. So this is the deck that I'm using for pile 1. So I'll choose a card and an underlying. See that? Make sure I'm shuffling in shot. There it is. And I don't want you to see that, and I'll have the underlying facing that way. So that is pile number 1. And pile number 2, I'll be using the Fairy Temple Oracle. And my phone's going off. I should have put that on silent. I'll do that for within the read. Okay. All right. Make sure that way. This one I don't really read them reversed. So if they come out reversed, it means something. So this is the energy check for pile number 2. 1 card and an underline. That's sort of wanted to come out. Energy check for pile number 2. There it is, and I don't want you to see it. Okay. So let's just put that on top like that. And for pile number 3, we're using the Lightworker Oracle. And it's an energy check for your current situation. I'm trying to do this in short. Maybe I'll do it over here. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So 1 card and an underlying for your current situation. There it is. And we'll use, oops, that, and that came out like that. Okay. And I might even move them down so it's in the middle of the screen. Get that. Perfect. And I'm also going to use This is my Egyptian tiles, so it's called the Eye of Horus tiles. Hopefully this isn't too loud for you. Put them so you can choose via the symbol on the tile. So I'll go inside the read, I'll explain what the tile means. So this is pile number 1. And pile number 2, this one wants to come out. Oops, that's pile number 2. And pile number 3 came out straight away. Pile number 3. Okay. So go ahead and choose your pile. So that's pile number 1, which is the Energy Oracle deck with that tile. Pile number 2 is the Fairy Temple Oracle and that tile. And pile number 3 is the Lightwork Oracle and that tile. Beautiful. So go ahead and pick your pile and then go to the timestamp in the comments section or in the description box, and it'll take you straight to your read. And I'll see you in your read. Thank you. Bye. Hey pile 1, welcome to your read. And if you chose this pile, you chose the Energy Oracle with this tile. And this tile is called Happy. And Happy is representative of being a master creator, which is the perfect way to kick off this pick a card reading. Pile number 1 being the master creator. So that is you. That Happy is the god of the flooded Nile. So when the Nile would flood, that's when all the crops could grow, and that's when Egypt was at its most prosperous. So that's what this represents. So before I get into that a little bit deeper, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to light a candle, light this incense, and light the candle as well. Take it out actually, and just do a clearing. So just have a think about what brought you to this read and what you're wanting to create. And I'm going to try and do this without the fan blowing it out. There we go. There we go, it's worked. And I light the candle as well. Okay. Now take a deep breath in and out. And let's begin. Okay. So with Happy being in the reverse here, this is, you're a master creator. You're not any stranger to creating your own reality. You probably have your own processes, and it's not just about creating your own reality, it's knowing how to create in a powerful way, which is exactly what this reading's about. So any tips that comes through this reading, I believe that it's not going to be news to you, it's probably going to be more of a reminder, because you already know how to do this. If you look back on your life, you've probably created some pretty damn amazing things, and especially recently, because the energies are now available for us to be able to do that. So what Happy in the reverse represents is you're having a very prosperous time at this time, or you're about to come into abundance of some sort or prosperity of some sort, where you can actually share it with others. It's about ebb and flow. The more you give, the more universe gives back to you, so you can give again. So it's that flow of give and take. You're giving, like a donation, for example, is a good way to explain this. You donate regularly to a cause where you know the money's actually going there, by the way. Let's not go there. But you regularly give your money to someone else to help them. And what that does is it tells universe is like, I trust that the universe is going to reimburse me for this. I trust that I'm abundant and I can tap into anything I need. So I can feel freely to give away a sum of my money, because I know it's always going to come back to me, and I know I can always manifest it again. So this is about, it's also about teaching a man how to fish. So you could also be teaching other people how to manifest their own reality as well. So I'll put that one in there. So I'll just pop that there, and I'll just see what the Energy Oracle has to say as well. So that came out that way. Angel of Strength. This is your strength. And it's actually been in the area of your life for a while. You've been a master creator for a while. This is where you shine. This is where people look at you and go, holy crap, I can't, manifest like they can, but of course they can, and you know that as well. So that is your strength, and I'll just get the underlying contract reversed. Okay, so let's put that one there and that one there and have a look, and I'll get my little crystal. So the contract reversed. Okay, I can see what's happening. The contract reversed could speak to a job loss, or a contract where a marriage has ended or a relationship has ended. There's some sort of contract that's fallen through or been delayed. I think this is a perfect time now to go back and use the keys that are coming out in this reading as well, to go back to how you've created something amazing in the past. What did you do then? What process did you go through? Do you have one already stepped out about you do this and this and this and this and this? Go back to when you created something amazing and go, what did I do then? How did I go about it? What did I do in sequential order? I did this, then I did this, then I did this, then I did that, and follow that same path with regards to this. So let's say you've lost a job, contract's fallen through of some sort, and you're thinking, shit, I need another job because I need to, put a roof over your head, which is fair enough. But what this is calling for is to take some time out to do this process, to do your creation process that works. This is your strength. This is your time to shine. You don't have to take much time out. You're not, let's just say it's a job ending. You're not job searching 24/7. You're just not. There's only so many jobs, especially at this time of year. So in those times where you're not job searching, and it's probably best to actually do this before you job search, say your process is to write everything down that you want, and no holes barred. And we'll see what the keys are that are going to come out in the read, which is the next question I'm going to ask. You could be writing everything down first, and then you just sort of go into it and you feel it. The key thing before you even go into the key things is to feel it, because that is where the power is. There was just a hornet that just went past, funny. So if hornets or wasps mean something to you, there was a symbolism there. You feel into it, because the heart is 5,000 times stronger than the head. You can think about what you want all you want, but if you don't feel it when you're thinking about it, it has no power at all. So that could be your process. You write it down, you think about everything, and then you feel how good it's going to be to get it, and then you let it go. And maybe you might do a burning ritual or something. If that is your process, it's just an example. If that is your process, do that again for this job or this new relationship. It's really important to do that process first and not let fear of lack move you into, for example, the job that, if it's a job, I'll use that as a running example, that has ended. You don't want to attract another job like it, because there's a reason why it ended. You need to clear that energy and then start paving a way for the energy you'd prefer instead. Take some time out to do that. It is really, really important. And another thing that I'm getting as well is, even this is actually probably the most important time to give, donate to a charity, even though you're feeling lack, if a job loss is what it is. Because what you're telling the universe is, I trust you. I trust you to provide. And you've proven to yourself over and over again that the universe can work with you when you do your processes. So let's just go straight into now the key tips. So we'll use the Seeker Seeker Oracle for key tip number 1, about how you can manifest this reality. So manifest this new job, or manifest this new relationship, whatever it is that's ended, or manifest this new way of life, manifest this new way of thinking. But creating your own desire is your strength. So, you're going to ace this. It's not a problem whatsoever. But take the time out to do it. Just remember that you have that power and it is available to you. Okay, so key tip number 1. Oh, 3, I will take them. Okay, so what is it? See the patterns. And I will read into them when I get all 3. Tell your story. And these are both coming into the reversal. And heed the vibes. Oops, heed the vibes. Okay, and I will still get an underlying. shameless sensuality. Okay, this feels like a different message to what this is saying, but it does tie in together. So key tip number one, there are some patterns in your life that perhaps, for example, we'll use the running example of the job, or it could be, the relationship. When you see the past jobs that you've had and the reasons why they've ended, or the past relationships that you've had and the reason why they ended, you will see a pattern there. But what these cards are saying is perhaps that's not where you've been looking, so that's not what you're seeing at the moment. Perhaps you're telling a different story. This is time to take ownership of your vibration and what it is you're attracting, so you don't attract a similar situation again. You don't attract a similar boss or a similar partner that will then be attracting the similar situations or problems, which would then result in another ending of that job or relationship. Heed the vibes. So it's really important. So if you're still reeling from the past job, or you're still reeling from the past relationship, you need to fix that first before you enter into another job, or go even to a job interview, or go on a date or anything like that, because you don't want to take those old vibrations with you. If you're starting to and I'm feeling now more towards love. So if you're starting to maybe now date again after a relationship breakup, and you're seeing similarities in the person that you're dating to the last person that you broke up with, listen to that. That is the evidence that you're still vibrating at the old limiting belief system that attracted the old job or old partner. So you need to look at that. You know how to do it. You know how to do shadow work. You know how to create. You're no stranger to this. This is the master pile. I actually thought it might have been pile 3 because of the Lightwork Oracle, but this is it. You guys are the master creators, and you're also the master shadow workers. Now is the time to whip out that tool and use it. You need to clear this limiting belief system. Otherwise, it might create the same situation again. So there might be someone you're going on a date with, or there might be a job that you want to apply for, or you've had an interview with, and it's just like, oh, I can just see this is just like my ex. This is just like my last relationship. But you feel the pull towards it that you can't explain. That is the limiting belief system that needs to be looked at. It really, I think, would be important, especially with Happy being here, that you do create a list of what you want, but where also feel in to where the resistance is. And when you find that resistance, do some shadow work on that resistance and release this block once and for all. So that's how you can make your manifestational power pure, resistance free. So listen to the vibes that will, and the red flags that will pinpoint you to where the limiting belief systems are. And also another way you can do that is look at past relationships or look at past jobs and see the similarities there. That can be your starting point for your shadow work. I don't really need to go into how to do shadow work. There's so many different ways that you can go about that. But, just asking yourself, what does that say about me? What does that mean to me? What do I need to believe for that to be true? Questions like that can actually help go deeper and deeper and deeper into where the core limiting belief system is. So this isn't the read for that. But again, you're a master creator and you're a master shadow worker. You already have your patterns, but be honest with yourself. So a key thing is look at where it's not worked in the past, look at the patterns, heed the vibes, do your shadow work while at the same time doing your manifestational work. And that's how you will make it pure. Okay. Oh, okay. So shameless sensuality. I felt that this was just an aside key point, like a bonus key point, if you want, for this deck, is to maybe if I'm going to say it, all right. So let's just say it's a relationship breakup and you're looking at going into another relationship. Why not just give one night stand a go? Something like that. Why not maybe just do some cash work, or just do yourself up a little bit, go on a day spa, tart yourself up and put some makeup on, put some really cool clothes on and just walk down the shops just because you can. Do things that make you feel good and make you look good, because when you look good, you feel good. This is just an additional message on that could be another thing that could help you with this. Just sort of really own it. You can walk into a job interview just looking like $1,000,000. That will really help, and that will tell a different story about who you are. You want to tell people how to treat you. You need to tell people what you want to manifest. You want to walk out in the world with the mindset of, I own this shit. I'm going to manifest this and this and this, and the universe is going to bring it to me, and I'm just going to walk straight into it. Thank you very much. Okay. All right, so let's have a look at key point number 2. Okay, and we'll be using the Gateway Oracle for this one. So this is the key tip number 2 for how to create and manifest your life in the way you see fit. Key point number 2. All right. Key point number 2. Key tip for pile number 1. There it is. Breaking barriers, exactly what I was just saying. I'm expanding beyond limitations into joy and freedom. That's just backing up what I just said. And let's just see what the underlining is. Looking deeper. Yep. Deep within me is a majestic radiance. So I'll put that there. There's a few decks that I want to get through. Okay. So again, yep, that is just reiterating. It is so, so important to look deeper. Not just, though, at the limiting belief systems, but look deeper at your strengths. How are you strong? How do you shine? There's other limiting belief systems that you've turned into positive ones in the past. Why not spend some time amping them up, looking into them as well? So, your inner world isn't just about your shadow. Your shadow is like this much. Your light is this much. It's huge. So look at the parts where you shine. Look at your strengths and play to your strengths as well. Once you break through these barriers, and this situation is actually identifying where the barrier is, now you know. Now you can see it. Now you can clear it. And when you do clear it, that's going to allow the light part of you to shine through to not where you just see it, but everyone sees it. And it'll just make you look beautiful. It'll make you feel beautiful. You'll walk in a powerful way. And that is another way people will respond to you, because when you're creating your reality, more often than not, other people are involved. And they need to also be in resonance with what you're creating. So you need to be attracted to those people. And then when you're shining, when you've released your resistance and your barriers, and now you're shining, they will go, oh, you are the one I want. And you're already resonating with what you want because there's no barriers. So look deeper, look at the shadow, but also look at your strengths as well. That's key point number 2. And now key tip number 3 is using the mystical wisdom. So this key point number 1, with regards to looking at the shadow, what this situation, what the resistance is in this situation, that is your lighthouse. This is your starting point. This is what is identifying the limiting belief system that you need to release in order for your light to be able to shine through. So use this situation as your guide, as your starting point. That is what's highlighting to you where the limiting belief system is. You don't have to go looking for it. It's already present in your experience. You just need to look at the patterns. Okay, I don't know how many shuffles I did of this. Okay. All right, so key point number 3. Key tip number 3 for group 1. There it is. Okay. All new beginnings begin your new life. And it's just coming out of the reversal. Okay. So and I will just see where I'm going to put that. Let's put this up here. So I can just sort of put that there. Got to get creative with how I put this everywhere. Letting go. Learn to let go. Okay. So this new beginning has been held back from you because you're having trouble letting go of the old relationship or the old job. Or it could even be the old career. You're used to, doing admin or warehouse work or whatever it is that you're used to doing. But what the universe is prompting you to do is move in a different direction. and look at a different career or a different type of partner or a different type of relationship, or perhaps even develop a relationship with yourself first, and you're not used to doing that. Perhaps, you know, you've been in a relationship for so long and you're just not used to being on your own. So the relationship that you need to develop is on your own, or the relationship with you first. This new beginning has been blocked, or it's not. So maybe you've lost a job and you're looking for a job and you're just not getting any responses to applications, or you haven't been successful for your interviews, or you've gone on dates and they've just not gone anywhere, or they've not called you back. Things like that are happening to you. Your new beginning has been halted. There's some sort of block in there because you're having trouble letting go of the old way, or the old partner, or the old career, or the old job, or the old sense of security, or the old limiting belief system ultimately. So really, really important that you look at this and look at the limiting belief system that was tying you to this old way of thinking and tying you to this old patterning of behavior, or old patterning of jobs, patterning of relationships. The universe is going, you know what, I've got your back, and I've got you back in such a strong ways. I'm going to prevent you from making the same mistake again. I'm not going to, these jobs that you're applying for, you know, you're better than that. You can do better than that. You can create and manifest better than that. And you know it. I'm just reminding you. And or the same with the relationships. I'm making these relationships not work because you're better than that. You're better than them. You're better than that type of relationship. You can manifest better, and start whipping out those tools that you already have. Start dusting them off, and the tools of, you know, creating your own desire, some process that you have, or doing the shadow work, which is really what's been called for. Whip out those tools and do it. Spend, you know, a half an hour, couple of hours, however long it needs to take, how many times that you need to do it in order to make it work, but do it. Make that your priority over going on the date or over going on that job interview, because that is what is going to move and release that blockage. Once you release the blockage on the inside, then you're going to release the blockage on, for example, you'll start then getting job interviews. You'll start then actually going, you know what, I can choose between jobs. You'll start actually having people call you back with regards to dating or relationships, and that will release that block for you. I'm just going to tune in. Normally I do the channeling at the end, but it just feels like there's something else that wants to come through. So just give me a couple of seconds, please. Okay. It feels like, especially with light workers and star seeds, we've done nothing but the shadow work for so long. And it can get to the point where, you know what, I've cleared everything. I don't need to do that. I've already gone through that. I just want to create my own reality and have some fun with that, which is great. But there's still times where there is a shadow contract with ourselves, or a limiting belief system that goes, okay, ready to be cleared now. You don't have to spend days, weeks, months clearing this thing, because you already know how to do it, and you know how to do it effectively and quickly, but you need to spend the time doing it. It's really easy to get complacent and think, you know what, yeah, I can do that. I can do it over a cup of tea. It's really easy, but you never actually get to it because you're sort of overdoing the shadow work. It's like, oh, I spent years doing that. Do I have to do another one? Yes, you do. In this instance, you do. And if you clear it for, say, the job that you keep creating, or the pattern of that career that you keep creating or recreating, that once you clear it in there, you're going to find that it's going to also clear it in other areas of your life. Your relationships will improve, your finances will improve, your social setting will improve, everything, your health will probably improve as well, because that core limiting belief system has got its feelers in every area of your life. This is a big one. And it's really, really important. And the universe is actually encouraging you to look at it by saying, well, we're not going to give you something new until you clear this, because now is the time to experience something better, and you know how. Okay, perfect. All right, so let's have a look at what you can do today using my Mythic Tarot, my 30-year-old Mythic Tarot deck. What can you do today to get closer to this desire? So to get closer to And my little kitty cat's coming to say hello. To get closer to creating, manifesting this new job or this new relationship. Apparently I've taken her seat. My cat's trying to sit behind me. Oh, she's so funny. Okay, so what can you do today? Oh, there it is, and there it is. Oh, look at that. So you got the Ace of Cups, and I'll move that. And what do you have here? The Eight of Swords reversed. Okay. And I'll also get the underlying Nine of Swords. The 8 and the 9. Okay, so I'll move that there so I can move that there. Okay, so what you can do today, there's some sort of stress that is being released with regards to a relationship, or this could say that, I'm just reading these two cards here at the moment, a relationship or a creative project that you're working on. So maybe you have a craft or a hobby, something like that, that helps you reduce your stress and release your stress. So do that. Perhaps there's a relationship that you're in. It could be a friendship, it could be a relationship with a partner, it could be a relationship with someone from your family, but there's someone that you're in a relationship, most likely a new one, that has the ability, there's a few different ways I can read this, but depending on how it's going to land for you, that has the ability to help you release your stress. So perhaps talk to this person, perhaps that talk to them of how you're viewing this situation. Say it out loud. They're going to reflect back to you what you're thinking. They'll also help highlight where this limiting belief system is. So you actually turn your thoughts into words, and then they hear it, and then that person can actually reflect back to you. That can give you a clear understanding of this worst case scenario situation that you're thinking, and identify that your thoughts, no matter, like, you could identify with them, you could believe them 100%, but that doesn't mean they're true. These limiting belief systems aren't true, but you're buying into it because it's happening on an unconscious level and you're not aware of it, or you haven't been up until this point. So talking to a friend or someone that you have a connection with is a good idea. So also, this is talking more to how you're manifesting at the moment. So say you're manifesting a new relationship, and in that manifestation, there's stress associated with it, or there's a worst case scenario thought patterning associated to it. So it could be you're fantasizing about going on a date, and then you're going, yeah, we meet for dinner, and, we order our meal and things go well, and then he starts talking about his ex the whole time, and those thoughts will start infiltrating the desire when you're fantasizing about it, when you're thinking about it. That's a limiting belief system coming up to sabotage. So you're creating and manifesting, because you're in the manifesting mode, because you're thinking about it and you're fantasizing about the date, for example. But then in that creative mode, you're also injecting almost like a virus into that creation. And I've done this before, and the actual thing, it happened. And it happened exactly the way I was thinking about it. So you're sort of sabotaging your own creation in that way. So you're thinking, oh, okay, I want to manifest this and things are going to go well, but those thoughts just jump in there. So it is really important so that, and what you can do today is just sit there and think about the date that you want to go on, or the relationship that you want to have, or the job interview that you want to go on, or the job that you want to have, and just start thinking about it. And then when these thoughts come in, go, there it is. Now that's, again, a highlight as to where the limiting belief system is. It'll let you know. So just let your mind go wherever it wants to go. And then when those thoughts creep in, and this is something that you can do today, just have a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, think about your desire, and the moment a limiting belief system or a negative thought comes in to sabotage it, go, that's it. That's where I start the shadow work from. That's another way you can find where that limiting belief system is. And this will be a good place to start. So there's that one where you look at what comes up when you're fantasizing about it. Another one is looking at the patterning of old relationships or old jobs or old bosses or old co-workers, the patterning of that can be another key point, another starting point for your shadow work as well, where the vibes, where it feels off. Usually when you're in a relationship or you're in a job, what those red flags that you feel at the beginning, they're the very same things that actually end the relationship. And if you look back, you'll probably see that as well. So if you're feeling those red flags, that's another point another starting point you can work from. Okay, why am I feeling that? Why am I attracting that? Why is that person in my life? What is this situation trying to tell me? And looking deeper, and not just looking deeper at the limiting belief systems, but looking deeper at your strengths and your light as well. So you've got a lot of ways that you can actually do this shadow work, but that is what's coming through most strongly about the key points and what you can do to actually get yourself closer to your desire and make it more pure. All right, so let's have a look now at advice from Spirit with Tarot of Dreams deck. What does Spirit has to say? There we go. And shuffle number 3. Advice from Spirit. There it is. Woohoo! Oh, 3, 4. Okay, I'll take it. All right, but I'm not going to take an underline because I don't have enough room. Okay, so you've got the 9 of Coins or the 9 of Pentacles. And I'm going to find a spot to put that. There we go. Palace of Wands. The Emperor. And the completion phase too. And the Queen of Wands. Oh my God. All right. Look at that. This is ultimate manifestational power energy. The advice is to step into your own power and own it. The Queen of Wands with the Palace of Wands. The Queen of Wands is a very, very powerful manifester. I actually see her as a witch, if you're into that, you know, not in the negative turn, just someone who is really powerful, someone who's really influential. The Queen of Wands is someone who, when she walks into a room, every head turns. She's just got this energy about her, and it could be a man, but this is just the personality. And I think the personality of you know how to tap into your power. You can manifest, like the 9 of Coins is about being very satisfied with your lot, and same with happy. So perhaps you have a nest egg, so you know that you can survive for a little bit longer while you do this work. Perhaps you are coming into money, and you what you're wanting to manifest is you know, how to help other people with that. Maybe that's the direction that you need to go in. What the advice from Spirit is, you have everything you need already. Perhaps you're not looking at it from that perspective, but you do. You're abundant in everything that you do, and you've got a roof over your head, you've got your health, you've got your family, whatever it is. When you look at what you do have, you can actually then see you are abundant, you are powerful, you are prosperous. You have the ability to create your own reality in an incredibly powerful way. The reading started with it, and the reading's got to get another card for the future energies, but it's almost ending on it as well. There's nothing that you can't create, and it's time that you remind yourself of that. And all you need to do is just this little tweak, which is to look at this limiting belief system, and then that makes it pure. And then watch out, world. Your job's just gonna come like that. You know, the career path is going to be identified like that. The relationship and the right partner, you're going to start going on dates with different types of people. You're just going to be attracting it, and you're just going to blow your own mind and remind yourself just how powerful you are, and just of your power to create your own reality in a mind-blowing way. And I think the energies are available at this time to actually do that and have fun with it and play with it. Okay, so let's just have a look now at the future energies, the next 1 to 2 months. Oops. And this is using the Guardian Angel messages. Awesome way to start my pick a card reads. Awesome. This is the most powerful pile, and I haven't even done 2 or 3 yet, but I know with these cards, wow, there's nothing stopping you. You just got to do it. That's it. It's just a technicality. It's just a tweak. Next 1 to 2 months. there it is. Okay, so this is Six of Swords in Tarot speak, Six of Air, just coming out of the reversal. Relief, hope, moving on. Okay, so I've got to find a spot for that. I don't know. There, that's a good one there. And underlying, just see where everything is. A little bit of space. Let's move that. Release, yeah. Endings, transformation, and freedom. And both these things say that. So, and this is the Death card in Tarot. So let's move that up so they're both in shot. And that's all the cards that I want to get out. So there is a sense of moving on, and you will be moving on within the next 1 to 2 months. So there is something that is in the process of leaving your life, and it could be the limiting belief system itself, or if you're in the process of maybe you've put in your letter of resignation and you're going through that process over the next 1 to 2 months. And it probably would be that long, especially if you're talking about a job, because it's over the Christmas period. So, you know, it could be that you're starting to move out of this job, you're starting to move away from this relationship, you're starting to take a step back. There's definitely something that is going to be ending over the next 1 to 2 months. So this is something that you need to really be taking your time with, and make sure you do it right, because it's really, really important, because there is a new beginning happening for you. But this is called, you need to, well, you don't need to, it would be, you know, a good advice to allow the ending to happen. Whatever it is, allow it to go. Let it go and release. Let it go and let God. It is now time for you, now going into channel messages, it's now time for you to move in and start looking at this new world that you're creating, this new you. It's actually, I'm looking into it now, it's brighter, it's beautiful, it is pure, but it is very different to what you've done before. So it's going to take some adjustment. It's going to take some adjusting to the energies. Manifest in a way that you haven't done before. Look at your future in a way and from a perspective that you've never done before. Look at, okay, if you're manifesting a relationship, look at the ultimate power couple or the ultimate couple that you've looked at in your life and you've gone, that is just the most fairy tale romance where they are just so powerfully in love, and you know they're in love right up until their golden years and everything is perfect. Dare to dream and desire that. Go, I want that. I feel that up until now you've been limiting yourself because you shine so brightly that most people can't handle your light. So you dull your light in order to at least have a relationship, or at least have a job, at least be able to contribute to society. So you're cutting yourself down so you don't make other people feel bad. Now's the time to go, screw that. I want to encourage people to grow. So I'm going to stand in my power. I'm going to shine, and I'm going to only attract people who shine like me. So I get to experience that fairy tale romance. It is possible for me now. There are other people waking up right now who are in that same light and standing into their own power, just like I'm being encouraged to do. So then you can line up with them. If you don't allow yourself to shine, you won't match up with them, and it won't be possible. But now is the time to look at what you're manifesting and what you want your life to look like, and own it and dare to dream it, because you're amazing. And your light is just so bright. You are just so powerful. Your aura is so huge. Your soul is so pure that it's time for you to own that and actually experience the manifestational equivalent of that, the physical equivalent, the tangible equivalent of the energy that you are. Own it. And you are such a powerful creator. Now is the time to go, you know what, world? If this makes you feel uncomfortable, good. Because then you get to see where your discomfort is. You get to see where your limiting belief systems are. You get to then clear it, and then you get to experience life as powerful and as good as it can be, just like what I'm doing. Set the standard, pave the way, show the way, teach Amanda Fish, teach them how to do this, teach them how powerful you can be, or we can all be, in creating and manifesting our own reality, and teach them how. But the most important is teaching that it's possible. Teach them that it's possible to have that type of relationship and to do it deliberately and manifest and create it deliberately. Go, well, I did it. Here's my list. I wrote it down, 2 weeks ago, and look, I'm well, not in a relationship in 2 weeks, but I've actually dated this person, and they show every single thing that I had on my list because I dare to believe that that person is out there and that I'm worthy of it. Pave the way. Oh, what an amazing way to kick off this 3-card pick a card readings. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to stand in this energy. I've learned a lot myself, actually, and I'll take on some keys myself. So if you liked it, like, share, subscribe, put a comment in the comment section below. That would be really appreciated. And until next week, I will say thank you again so much. Okay, bye. Hey, group 2, welcome to your read. And if you chose this pile, you chose the Fairy Temple Oracle and this tile of 𝓦𝓔𝓛𝓒𝓞𝓜𝓕𝓤𝓛. And he's a sacred scribe and architect. And 𝓦𝓔𝓛𝓒𝓞𝓜𝓕𝓤𝓛 he's a master. And he's a master at anything, or she is a master of anything that they do, anything they put their mind to. Very, very organized. It's actually sort of the god of administration. So this is a person who is a master at their craft, whether it be spirituality, if you're looking into moving into spiritual realms, especially with this one, or just a master of your craft. And this is actually reversed. So in the reverse is where you're contributing to the success of another. So someone who's try to say that again. Someone who is succeeding in a very, very powerful way, and you're contributing to that project. So I'll just leave it there for now, and I will just do a clearing and find the lighter. Here it is. So just have a think about what brought you to this pile, and maybe what I've just said is enough to let you know you picked the right pile, but I will go deeper into this energy check. And I've got a fan on, so this is actually causing this to not light properly. And just hold the question. Now, I'm just going to light it under here so I can actually get it lit. Just hold the question or the situation in your heart. You know what? I'm just going to do this. I'm going to break tradition. Maybe I should turn the fan off for this bit. This is ridiculous. There we go. There we go. And take a deep breath in and out. Okay. All right. So this could be talking about what I'm doing is I'm actually, in my mind, I'm going to, someone has a project that they're doing. This could be working for someone who you actually look up to and maybe inspire to be, or admire and respect very deeply, and respect what they're doing, what they're either doing spiritually or what they're doing on a material level. Maybe they're fighting for a cause that you agree in, or if they're selling products, you actually agree with that product. It could be a boss that you that is going very well, and this could be talking to your job. So this is also helping people through things, helping people through situations that might be going well or might be not going very well. So if they're not going very well, you're supporting them in that, moving them through that. But if they're going very well, you're supporting them. And why can't I talk right now? You're supporting them in that as well. So you're contributing to the success. Okay, so I'll just get the other cards. All right, and this is sing, vocalize, communicate, or chant. And underlying that energy is tears, loss, grief, surrender. Okay, so this could mean one or two things. This could mean that you're wanting to vocalize something that is upsetting you to someone else. You want to talk to someone about it. But since 𝓦𝓔𝓛𝓒𝓞𝓜𝓕 is reversed, I'm feeling that you might be helping someone else through something. Maybe just lending a helpful ear to this person that is going through something that is making them cry. Tears are very healing, and tears are very powerful. They carry with it the grief. So when you cry, you're releasing that grief, tear by tear by tear. So it's either, and there's another person involved. So you're either the person who is lending a helpful, a shoulder to cry on. Maybe they could be someone who's actually doing very well. but they, for example, they might be doing very well in their financial side of things, but their family life might be struggling and they're a little bit upset. Or someone who's maybe lost someone who's passed away and they're grieving, and you're helping them through this. But I feel that you're very good at doing this. You're actually very good at saying the right things, saying the things that they need to hear when they need to hear it in order to help them move through what they're going through. So it really does feel like you're being a support to someone else who is going through something. And there's an element of mastery to that. There's an element, usually with the 𝓦𝓔𝓛𝓒𝓞𝓜𝓕𝓤𝓛, the person that you're helping is the one who's a master. So it could be that you're both a master. They could be a master in their business, but like I said before, but there's something going on in their family life, or they've lost someone, that someone in their life has passed away. And your mastery is now coming out because you have an ability to actually create space for that person and be there for them. It really feels like that's where it's going. Or perhaps you were the one who has lost someone and you're upset about and you're crying and you want to talk to someone about it. There is someone in your life who is a master of that. So maybe they might be a counselor, they might be a life coach, or they just might be someone who just understands and is really good and can create space for you when you want to talk about it. So there's two ways of looking at that, but there's loss from either your side or their side, and there's support being offered. Okay, so if that sounds like you, and that's a tough situation to be in, then you found your pile, and hopefully we can have a look at these key tips about how you can, because this is a reading on how you can manifest your reality in a pure and powerful way. So perhaps you're wanting to help them, and that's just going to go everywhere because of the fan. You're wanting to help them get back into their powerful selves and create their reality in the way they want. Maybe the loss is a loss of a job or a loss of a relationship, and you want to help them create their own reality. But it's also really important to not lose yourself in that. You could create an identity out of being someone that is of service to someone else at the sacrifice and detriment to your own life. Don't forget, this is about how you create your reality and your grandest desires in a pure and powerful way. So always remember to do that. But it might be that this person that you're helping is a very important part. It could be a child that you're helping who's just going through some struggles, and they're a very big part of your life, and you just want every part of you wants to see them succeed. I'm really feeling that that is your desire at this time to do that. So I'm just going to honor that and move in that direction, but we'll see what the cards have to say. All right, so this is the Seeker Oracle, and this is key tip number 1 to how to manifest this desire of yours. What is the key tip, or the first key tip to help you manifest this desire in the most pure and potent way? Key tip number 1. Where is this? Okay, cause and effect. And that's just coming into the energy of that card, and that just wants to sit way up there. And underlying that is express gratitude. And I see that she's actually pregnant, so I do see her also as the Empress, if you're interested in tarot. Okay, let's go at that. So you can see both very similar coloring as well. Green is the color of the heart. So this is definitely where you're coming from, whether you're the one grieving or whether you're the one helping someone else through that grief. It's all coming from the heart, and it's all affecting the heart. And if you're doing that, remember that it will come back to you. So if you're helping someone from the heart, you're taking some time out, you're giving your energy, that will come back to you. And when it does, not if it does, when it does, express gratitude. Say thank you very much. So you might find that you're helping someone through their loss and their grief, and then you go downtown and I don't know, you drop your shopping bags. Someone's going to help you with that. Someone's going to help pick up the pieces for you. So be open to that coming back to you as well. And it's interesting, I said this at the beginning, it is important to not forget yourself in this equation. It really, really does feel like you're the one helping everyone else. and which is a beautiful thing. You really want to see other people shine, but at the same time, you get to shine too. You want to help people, your people. You're one of those people that gets to benefit from your service as well as they do. So it feels, especially with the cause and effect there, that universe is going to say, okay, this is what you're saying that you want to have more of in this world. You want to have more people that are there for people, or you want more people to create space for people and actually sit with people and give people a voice. And so you're going to also get the opportunity to have a voice with something that's going on in your life. It is really important to also put yourself in the equation. So when it does come back to you, because you're doing an amazing service, you're providing an amazing service for, like, especially when it comes to people passing away. It's a subject that everyone shies away from because death is a very taboo subject, but it's just as natural as birth and it's part of the cycle. And that's the time when people need other people the most. And that's the time where a lot of people sort of seem to run away because they're scared of the subject. You're not. You're not scared of tears. You're not scared of sadness. You've been there. You know how to deal with it, and you know how to help other people through it as well. And that's the service you're providing. And what this key tip is telling you is to understand that everything that you're doing is going to come back. All the service that you're providing, all the help that you're providing will come back. And when it does, say thank you. Acknowledge it as the gift from the universe to pay you back, or pay you for your service to the universe via helping these people, and accept it graciously. Okay. Wow. That's perfect. And that's how you create more of that. You create it, you accept it graciously. That's the universe's way of hearing yours, your way of saying to the universe, I accept these gifts. Bring more to me. And that's how you'll create your own reality. Be the change you want to see in this world. And then this world will reflect that change back to you. And that's how you can create your own reality. What an interesting way of going about it. Okay. Key tip number 2. There it is. Flying free. I unfurl my wings and fly. Okay. You guys are on fire. Just want to put that under there like that. Okay. And underlying that, savoring pleasure. I fully embrace bliss in my life. Okay. And that's exactly, again, pile 1 was the same, where a similar message was coming out in these cards. So I have a feeling that your life is actually going quite well. And if everything stayed the same, then you'd actually be okay with that. Savor what you've already created. Savor the pleasures of life and enjoy it and fly free. See the freedom that you already have. See the independence that you already have. See the, if you've got a bath, have a bubble bath. Enjoy that bath. If you've got a bird bath, fill it up and enjoy the birds enjoying the bath. There's so much abundance in your life, and you know it. I don't think this is news to you, and I don't think you would see this as advice, because you'd probably say, I already do that. I'm already very grateful for everything in my life. That's why I feel I have the space to actually help people, and that's a beautiful thing. But don't forget to actually savor that and really enjoy what you have in your life. If you've got a bit of extra money, then go and buy yourself something. If you spent half the energy on yourself that you do on other people, you would thrive like you'd never believe. And you have the time to do it. You have the time and you have the means, so do it. So the key tip number 2 to manifesting your desires in a pureful and grand way is to actually put yourself first and serve yourself as well. You do that, you're telling the universe that that's how you want to be treated, and you're going to be treated in like mind. So other people are you're going to teach people how to treat you. You're going to teach the universe how to provide for you. And it's sort of a cause and effect. It's sort of an ebb and flow. You're giving to people, you're giving to yourself. The universe is providing back to you for what the service you provided other people and the service that you provided for yourself. You do more of that, more cause and effect. And that's how you keep creating your reality in a more pure and powerful way. You're already doing it. This is just a reminder. This isn't anything that is a surprise to or new to you. Okay. Key tip number 3. So far, it's just keep doing what you're doing, but put yourself in the equation. That is the main message that's coming out. And this is the Mystical Wisdom deck. Key tip number 3. It's wanting to come out, but I'll do another one. Sensuality. Express your sensuality. And that come out, a similar card in a different deck came out in pile number 1. There are similarities between this and pile number 1. So if you were attracted to pile number 1, give it a look if you've got some time. And I was going to do one more because it didn't quite flip out, but it just wanted to come out. And then I'll do an underlying. The key, there it is, key tip, and it come out reversed. Archangel Gabriel, messenger of creativity and hope, came out reversed. So I'll just show you upright first. And it came out reversed. And underlying that is epiphany, seek clarity. Okay. All right, let's put that there. So I would say what this is saying is to treat yourself, savoring pleasure, sensuality, and with this creativity, the messenger is, especially with it being reversed, is to get creative about how to pleasure yourself, basically. So get creative. You could, an example of it, let's use a bubble bath. Get a bath going. Put some bubbles in it. Use incense. Use candles. Have relaxation music. Turn the lights off. Make sure that no one's home. Get really creative with doing something that gives you pleasure. Get really creative about that. And it's something that you, and again, this is another common theme that you haven't been doing, and that is what this reading is really calling to do, is to do that. Get really creative about doing things that make you feel good. When you do this, you're going to get an epiphany. And and it could be epiphany on how to help this person. And because that's what your grandest desire is to help this person and help this person thrive. But the way through that is through making you thrive and giving you space and giving you time and giving you your own love. Through that, the epiphany will come, and the idea on how to best help them, the sentence that you say to them that will be the key thing to help them move on and move forward and create their life the way they want to, which is your desire. But what you need to do is look at yourself first and put yourself first and give that energy to yourself first, because then your cup will be full and then you'll feel amazing. And from that place, that feeling amazing place, you're going to be so connected to your source. That is where this idea is going to come through. That is when you're going to be of most benefit to this person, when you put yourself first. Express gratitude for everything that you have in your life. That is another key thing. And just see how, when you do all of this, how the universe responds in a very positive way. And also see how it actually benefits this person that you're trying to help. Okay, so let's have a look now at what you can do today to help you. Oh, wow. That's a really crappy shuffle. What you can do today to help manifest this reality for you and for this other person. But again, strong message of don't put yourself out of the equation. And remember to include yourself in helping others. Okay. You could also be helping them out of, I'll put this back in, but helping them out of financial struggle as well. You might be providing in that way. Okay. So something that you can, let's put that back in. something that you can do today to get you closer to your grandest desire. Six of Swords. This Six of Swords, again with a different deck, come out in pile number one. So another similarity to pile number one. So Six of Swords, whoops. And the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Okay, so what you can do today, the Wheel of Fortune reversed can be like a stroke of bad luck. So I think there is something, I'm going to get a clarifier, and I'm going to use the Crystal Visions Tarot just to clarify what this stroke of bad luck is. So it's sort of something like seemingly negative has happened. There's been seemingly bad luck that has made you walk away. But that is the universe's way of saying, don't go this way, go this way. It's encouraging you to go in a different way. So there's something that you can do today to look in a different direction with regards to something that's happened that may have felt unlucky or sort of Murphy's luck or whatever it is, but it's caused you to look in a different direction and look at, yeah, and you got the Tower. This is exactly what these two cards are saying, and it's what I was thinking actually when I had that. And Six of Swords. What? Oh my God, I love tarot. Six of Swords reversed. Yeah. Okay. And I'm just going to move that out of the way there. Six of Swords twice. And okay, this is a very, very powerful message. There's something that you can do today. So I would say the Tower, especially being in what I call the completion phase, it's already happened. There's something that happened hard and fast, and that could represent the death of someone that you're close to, or the death of someone who you're talking to. So that person has lost someone. So there's definitely been something that's happened very quickly, and there's a loss, and that has caused you to move on in another direction, or caused this person to move on in another direction. So what you can do today is to actually focus on where you're going and where you're headed rather than the loss itself. The Tower also means transformation, especially in the completion phase. What is this morphing you or this other person into? What is this now creating for you in its place? This was and the Tower is also a divine intervention. So it really does feel like the universe has actually either placed you in their life or placed this situation in their life or in your life. It depends on, it'll be different for everyone, because it's forcing you to go into a different direction. Something has had to happen, had to end, I should say, because the foundations weren't strong enough. They weren't strong enough to weather the storms and of life. And it does feel like it's a bad luck, like it shouldn't have happened. And getting a sense of perhaps, if someone had passed away, perhaps they might have passed away before their time. It might have felt like that. And it just felt like a stroke of bad luck. Why is the universe against me? But it's not. It's actually for you. What you can do today is going, okay, well, silver lining here. Where's it moving me towards? List 3 positive things that moving in the opposite direction can provide for you. It can give you strength. It can give you clarity. It can give you tools and resources on how to get strong and how to look at the positive aspects that you never used before. There's always a silver lining, and there's always a positive benefit for something that has happened. And perhaps you can be, what you can do today is look at those things. If it's someone else that you're helping through a grief or through a loss or through a situation like that, look at 3 different things or more that this person, and especially if you're outside of the situation, you can better see this, where and this could be, when you're in the bath or in the shower or doing things that make you feel good. This information can come through then on how to look at the positive aspects and go, okay, look, yes, this has happened and it hurt and it was massive, but look at where you're heading now as a result of this. Now you get the opportunity to create life in the way that you want. You can actually go, okay, well, this ended, but it wasn't all that crash hot in this area and this area and this area. So now I get to change that. Now I actually get to create a new foundation, a stronger foundation. I know where it was shaky. I know where it didn't work. I know where my weaknesses are, and I know where my strengths are. I can build on that. Now, what do I want to create instead? How do I want my life to look? Because I've got a blank slate here. I can actually create my life in whatever way I want. Here's my opportunity to do that. How do I want it to look in the future? And look at the grass being greener on the other side, because you've got no other choice. You have to move on. But it can be a very beautiful thing, even though it's coming from a situation that has caused a lot of tears and that was very disruptive. It doesn't mean it doesn't come without its benefits. It does. And it's what you can do today is actually look at that and take that perspective when perhaps it's not a perspective that you were taking in previously. All right. So let's have a look at some advice from Spirit. Okay, and this is using the Tarot of Dreams deck. Advice from Spirit. I've got to find a place to put all this. I use more cards than normal, and of course a whole bunch of cards. Four of Coins, which is Four of Pentacles, and it's been in the energy of that for a little while. And let's put these up here. So you've got the Moon in the completion phase, and I might move these down a bit and these up a bit, and the Two of Cups in the completion phase. Okay. And I'll also look at the underlining, which is the Five of Swords. Okay, and I'll put that there. All right, and we are going to have a look at future energies in a second as well. Okay, so there's something that has definitely been withheld with regards to a relationship, and perhaps there's information that is yet to be revealed with regards to why something ended. So there's still information that you don't know that has been withheld. I'm going to get clarification with, this is the Magic of You Oracle, just to see what it is that's been withheld, if we're allowed to see it. There's something that you don't know about this situation. Perhaps you're not meant to know. There's something mysterious about and the relationship itself, or the relationship with this person. There's something that you don't know that they haven't told you, and they've yet to express that to you. I really feel that it's something that you're not supposed to know yet, or there's a reason why it's been withheld. So let's just get some clarification. Euphoria, honor yourself. I think perhaps that's the information that's being withheld. Translucence. Love the darkness. I'm trying to read this without my glasses. Love the darkness. Okay. So what has been, I think what has been withheld, it's the relationship to yourself. That's actually what where I'm really going, because you've got the euphoria, sensuality, savoring pleasure, all together, and loving the darkness. So there's could be a limiting belief system where perhaps you don't feel you're worthy of love, but what you do in order to be worthy is to serve everyone else, and then that shadow desire then tells you that you're worthy, and that's not serving you. What will serve you is to serve yourself first, and that's what's been held away from you, and that's actually what's caused you to separate from yourself and separate the relationship with yourself. That's really what it feels like. Another way you could read this is this person's not telling you everything, or say if it's you who has lost someone or ended a relationship or something, there's information about the relationship itself that you don't know, and is yet to be revealed. But where it could be those things as well, but where I'm actually really going for is what has now begun to be revealed, possibly as a result of this read, is where you weren't serving yourself and how that was a self-betrayal. Putting other people first, there's a saying that I like. It doesn't serve you. There's no point, or there's no benefit to be gained from setting yourself on fire just to keep other people warm. That's their job. Yes, help people, definitely, but don't make that your identity. Help yourself just as much, if not more, and first. That is the really, really strong message. And there's a shadow desire operating behind the scenes that is actually encouraging you to make sure this is still in shot. It's not, so I want to put that there. That isn't actually encouraging you to put other people first and have that be that determine how good you are or how worthy you are, and that lets everyone in the world know, oh yes, she's such a good person because she helps other people. But what you need to do, and that's a false limiting belief, because you're a good person anyway before you help other people, without helping other people. You are worthy of that same love given back to yourself, or to yourself, but more importantly, to yourself first. And it's something that you perhaps believe that's you being selfish, and therefore you're a bad person if you put yourself first. It doesn't mean you still can't help this person. You just help them second. In the morning, give yourself a bubble bath, and then in the afternoon, go see them. That, how is that being a bad person? It's not. And you're going out there feeling amazing. How do you think you're going to be helping this other person if you put yourself first and you go out there and you feel strong, you feel capable, you feel amazing, you put yourself first, you've loved yourself and you're feeling all that love? Then you go and see that person. That is going to benefit them more than if you spent the morning chastising yourself and, just, serving everyone else. And then you think, by the time you get to this person, you think, oh, I just need a break. You're not going to help them anywhere near as much as you can as if you pampered yourself that morning. Think about it. Put yourself first, and that puts you in a better position to help other people. Okay. All right. So let's have a look at the next 1 to 2 months, just the energies behind that. And I'll find a spot in here. You won't see me shuffle because I'm running out of room. But this is using the Guardian Angel Messages deck. It's a tarot deck. Just the energies for the next 1 to 2 months with regards to your desire as well. See if I can shuffle this in shot though. That wanted to come out, so I'll just have a look at it. Yep. So 3 of Wands, 3 of Fire, goals, expansion, vision. I would put it back in, but that's taking back what's rightfully yours, or taking what's rightfully yours and what's on offer. Okay, and these two as well. Yep. So, and again, this is like 6 of Swords again. Kidding me? So that's definitely your guidance to that other person, is to look for the silver lining, where you headed towards and how good it can be. Because often when people are grieving, they don't look at that, they just look at their grief. So what would be helpful is to look at, the benefits and what can be gained and where they're moving towards. Okay, wise counselor. All these cards are coming out, they're the same. And that is a Hierophant, belonging, learning, traditions. Break tradition as to how mourning should be. Oh, on the back, 6 of Swords. Oh, I love tarot. Let's see, it's in there. I've got to keep it. You've got to honor that. Relief, hope, moving on. So this, if it is someone that you're helping move through a grief or a loss of some sort, it is so, so important to gear your assistance towards moving towards something and away from the grief and away from what happened. So an example of that is, don't allow them to have a pity party. You do you in the morning. You do what makes you feel good in the morning. You're feeling amazing. You're going there. You're not going to be in alignment with a pity party person. You're going to be in alignment with someone who goes yes to life and yes to moving towards something that is going to make them feel better. The universe has provided, whether this is the situations happen to you or whether it's happened to someone who you're helping move through the grief, the universe has done this for a reason, has made this situation end for a reason, because it wasn't working. It wasn't serving them. It wasn't serving their soul or your soul or their soul purpose. It's time to move forward. So I'm just going to move into channel messages and see what's coming through. Give me a second. Yeah. Get them to breathe and take a deep breath and relax and focus in on the present moment. Or if you're the one going through this, it's a good idea for you to do that as well. And just give yourself or give themselves permission to not grieve, even if just for a breath, even if it's just for one breath. All they do, or all you do, is focus on your body and focus on the breathing. That gets them into the present moment and out of that state, out of the negative state, out of the grief state. There needs to be that transitional state. You can't jump from grief to happiness like that. You need to transition out of the grief and then into the moving on. Yes, it's happened. You've got the 5 and then you've got like 4 6s here. It's happened and it hurt and it was painful. Tears are healthy, but moving on is healthier. Treat yourself first, especially if you're the one grieving. Give yourself permission to be happy. And if it's someone else, tell them that it's okay to feel happy while you're grieving. It's okay to look after yourself or do things that make yourself feel good. In fact, it's actually more important now than ever for them or you to do that. Let's see what else. Love yourself first. If there's a loss of a loved one, it doesn't mean you love them any less. In fact, you'll be honoring them by looking after yourself. What do you think that they'd want for you right now? If it's a lost loved one, they'd want you happy. They want you feeling good. So do what they want. And if someone that you're helping through grief, tell them that. It will be helpful. The main message of this entire reading is to do things that make you feel good and be okay with that. And know that it's not just okay, it's actually imperative. It needs to happen. You need to put yourself first to get yourself in the right mindset to be able to step out in that world and be a light and be a beacon for others and show people the way. Show people how to move through grief gracefully. And you can move through grief while feeling good. I know that sounds weird, but feeling pampered, feeling strong. Maybe you want to exercise. That'll make your body feel strong. Your physiology will then change your psychology. If you feel physically strong, you're going to feel mentally and emotionally strong. And then that's going to help you through this grief. Put yourself first, or advise for them to put themselves first. Or if you're helping someone through grief, definitely put yourself first before you see them. Don't let their vibration affect yours, because you're not going to help them that way. Okay, see if there's anything else. Move forward with a sense of hope for the future. Very important. Or get them to move forward with a sense of hope. If you leave them with anything, leave them with a seed of hope. And I'm going to end it on that because that's really powerful. You're going to take anything from this reading, it's that. And looking after yourself first. Okay. Whew. All right. Well, that's it. Thank you so much for joining me with this read. And I've taken some things from this as well. Really, really good information. And I hope that if you're the one that's going through the grieving process, I hope this has really helped you. Or, much love to the person that you're helping as well. You're a beautiful light for this world. Don't forget to put yourself first. Awesome. So if you liked it, please like, share, subscribe, put a comment in the comment section below. Always appreciated. But until I do my next read, I'll say thank you so much and bye. Hey, pile 3, welcome to your read. And if you chose this pile, you chose the Lightworker Oracle and the tile of Hathor. Hathor is the mother of the pharaoh. And this tile is all about having fun and enjoying life and choosing to live life to the fullest. Or perhaps you are that type of person where you just like to have fun. Never grew up, and nor should you. So this could be what you're wanting to create, by the way. You might be wanting to create a life where you do what you enjoy, you do what you love, and life is just all about fun. So before I go a little bit deeper into that, what I'll do is I'm just going to do a clearing and just hold what your question is to your heart and what you want from this reading. And hopefully the fan won't blow this out. It happened last time too. Here we go. There we go. And I'll light the candle. All we need to do is just get it lit and we're done. Okay, so take a deep breath in and out. Okay, and let's begin. Okay. So, perhaps what you're wanting to do is create a career that fulfills you, so you can get paid to do what you love. You could be manifesting a relationship where someone just brings out that inner child and you just get to play. What you want to do is you just want to enjoy the sensuality of life. Perhaps there's a time that you've been looking back from the past where you were at your happiest and you're wanting to recreate that. It could be just wanting to be like a kid again, wanting to be like a child again, and just enjoying and savoring the pleasures of life. Okay. So that could be who you are now, or what you're wanting to manifest, or what you're wanting to sort of bring out more within yourself and actually have that manifest in your life. Okay. Spiritual decree. Just coming into the energy of that card. And divine grace, the law of efficiency. Oops. There we go. Okay. So that wants to go there and that wants to go there. And where's my pointer? Over here. Okay. So what this is saying is, I would say just recently you have actually made this request. You've probably put it in writing or you've spoken it out loud. There's something that you've said, something along the lines of, you know what? I want my life to be all about fun. I want to now manifest only and create only things that make me feel good. I actually want my life to contain things only that make me feel good. And this is how I want it to be. This is my birthright. You're actually starting to really come into the awareness of this is what we were meant to do. Life was meant to be fun. Life was actually meant to be easy. We just got trained out of believing that. We got trained into believing that life has to be hard. Life has to be a struggle. You have to earn your way, earn your worth. That's a load of crap. And I think you've actually come into that awareness of it. And with that awareness, you're actually working with the universe in an incredibly powerful and efficient way. So you're using law of attraction at its finest, because if your desire is happiness, then that's the core. You're actually reaching the core of every desire. Everyone, if they desire a car, a house, a job, a mate, doesn't matter what it was, or what it is, they're desiring it because it will make them happy. Well, I think they'll be happy achieving it or being it or having it or using it. But what you're doing is you're going, I just want to have fun. That's at the core of all of it. So the universe is going, oh, finally someone who knows how to create. Someone finally knows actually how to tap into this law of attraction or law of efficiency and use the powers of manifestation in the most effective and efficient way possible. So whatever you've done, whatever process that you've used in order to create this reality is going to happen very fast for you, I would say. I feel like just leaving it there, actually. That will be enough. That will be enough. All right. So let's have a look at now key tip number 1 in how to make this manifest. I really could end the reading on that because you're doing everything right. You don't need any other tips. I think maybe these might be little additional tidbits or confirmation of what you already know or what you're already doing. So if it's something you're already doing, take it as confirmation that you're doing the right thing. And this is using the Seeker Oracle. And the Oracle decks, all the decks that I'm using will be in the description box as well, and who made them. Okay, key tip number 1 for pile number 3. Key tip. And this is shuffling really well. It's just loving the shuffling. You're loving the process. You're enjoying the process of creating as well as the actual creation itself. You're making the creation process fun. And that's key. You can't have a successful journey or a happy ending or destination with a crappy journey. There it is. Oh, and it missed the fire. Tell your story. That came out in, I think, pile number 2. So if you're drawn to pile number 2, there's already some similarities to pile number 2 as well. Tell your story. You just started to tell your story. You've just actually started to tell your story to the universe. So just recently you've said, this is how I want my life to look. You've just recently sent the request out. One faithful friend. Okay, but perhaps you've also spoken, this could be key tip, like actually express it to someone who you can trust about how you want your life and heed the vibes. Okay, this come out in pile number 1, so I'll just note that. And no, it wasn't underlying. Okay. All right, so if you want to talk about it, this is key tip number 1. If you want to talk to someone about what it is that you want to create, because not the way you're creating and what you're asking for is something that most people don't understand. They're going, why? You just want to manifest happiness? Why don't you want to manifest a car? And they don't get the fact that if you're in a state of happiness and you're in a state of prosperity and abundance and all those love, joy, bliss, all those really high positive emotions, then that's already a vibrational match to cars, houses, and all those things that can actually match that feeling happy energy. Most people don't get that. So if you are wanting to talk to anyone about this, make sure you pick the right people to talk to. Make sure you speak to people only who would understand that, only who will be faithful to you or loyal to you. They don't have to understand the law of efficiency or law of attraction or how to manifest or even be spiritual, but they have to be someone who would respect you and love you enough to go, you know what, I don't get it, but I have seen what you can do and I have 100% faith in you. Go girl, go dude, whoever's watching this. Someone who will respect and honor what you're doing. If you feel that someone is not going to be able to understand this whole process and what you're doing, or might mock it, or might say something that makes you doubt it, or might say something like, oh, you know, that's great, but be wary of this and this, or don't get your hopes up, or bullshit like that. If you think that anyone that you're going to speak to will give you advice like that, don't talk to them about it. Keep it to yourself. This is key tip number 1. So this is more of advice because you're already doing the manifestation perfectly. I don't think you need any advice on how to manifest because what you're doing is 100%, 1000% perfect. So this is sort of more of advice. If you are going to tell anyone, the universe is the perfect, like if you want to speak to guides, past loved one, yourself, your higher self, or even if you're wanting to manifest someone, the higher self of them, tell your story to that energy. But if you wanted to tell your story to someone who is incarnate, then pick the people carefully because you don't want any seed of doubt in something so pure. Your manifestation is already pure. Just be careful. This is key tip number 1, who you speak to. So there's probably only a handful of people who could handle this information, maybe even 1. Again, they don't have to believe in it. They just have to support you and trust and have faith in you and reflect that back to you. And again, not everyone is going to understand it. And heed the vibes is listen to your own intuition. If you're manifesting in such a pure, powerful way, you're already in that vibration. You're already there. If you have the ability to conceive that this is possible, you're already there anyway. So when you're already there, these vibes are going to be very apparent. You're going to be around someone that, if they're not there vibrationally or energetically, and you're going to sense it, you're going to know it, and they're going to feel off. Don't talk to them about it. They don't need to know anyway. They'll see it when you manifest it. They'll see it when you're happy. And they'll probably be the first ones to go, why are you so bloody happy? It's like, because I choose to be. They won't get it, but that's okay. So that's key tip number 1. Be careful who you speak to. But I think it would be, I feel like it's important to you to want to tell someone, but just be very careful. There is at least one person in your life who will be very receptive to this information, whether they agree or believe in it or not. They'll believe in you. So tell them. But you don't have to tell everyone. You don't have to decree it to the world, just the universe and people who you can trust with it, because not everyone gets this. Okay. Key tip number 2. Oh, and if I didn't say that was a secret oracle, and this is the gateway oracle. Key tip number 2. There it is. Rising above. I see only beauty and grace. Okay. What I'm first getting from that, oh, love it. Believe in magic. Oh my God, that is just so perfect. True magic is abounding in my life. You guys are just powerful. Absolutely powerful and way showers for the world. And if I'm just speaking to one person, then, you know, amazing. Doesn't really matter as long as it's helping someone. Rising, you have the ability to rise above anything. You believe in magic. You believe in the power of this universe. You believe in your own ability to yield it. And most importantly, you believe that it's your birthright to be able to access it. That is powerful. You have the ability to rise above anything that happens in your life. You're one of those people that you get fired, you go, wee, I don't have to work for that stupid employer anymore. Now I get to create something awesome. You're one of those annoying people like me, you know, just incessantly happy, which is excellent. And you're the sort of person that goes, you know what, oh, I get to have a couple of weeks off. That's really awesome. I'll manifest another job, no problem. You know, and people won't believe you or agree or anything like that, but then you go and manifest it anyway and prove them wrong. And they'll be scratching their heads whether they say it or not. How did she do that? How does she? Magic. What you're doing with whatever process that you're using to create, and the process is basically, I want to be happy. I want life to be joyous again. I want to do things that make me feel good. I want a career that I love. I want a relationship that just inspires me and thrills me. I want life to be joyous, and I believe it's possible, and I'm going to get it no matter what. I'm going to get that back. I'm going to be in that childlike state again when everything, like looking at the world from a sense of wonderment and just believing in magic again. That is where you're operating from. This is where you're manifesting and creating from, which is amazing. And from that perspective, you can rise above anything. So key tip number 2 is to, if you've forgotten that, reacquaint yourself with magic and the magic of this universe. I don't believe we need to do, you know, create potions or cast spells or anything like that. We don't need to do that anymore. The power to create is in our minds, but more importantly, in our hearts. So our mind conceives of the idea and you can verbalize it with your spiritual decree, or you can write it down. That solidifies it a little bit more. But what gives it power is when it comes from your heart, when you feel it. Your heart is this has been measured, 5,000 times more powerful than the mind. So when you get your heart involved, and the reason why you are so powerful at manifesting is because you do that naturally. You actually go in there and go, oh, it'll be so fun when. I'm looking forward to experiencing this. This is how you create. This is the perspective that you create from. And you just go there in your mind and you get playful with it. And you think, how fun will it be to do this? You know, how fun will it be? You know, I'll have the money to be able to have this experience. You know, I'll have the freedom to do this. You know, this is exciting to me. I can't wait to feel the excitement of this thing or this experience. That is the magic. That is the magic. So perhaps, you know, if this is advice, there might be something that you need to rise above, and how you do that is to tap back into this. And especially when this is right next to heed the vibes, perhaps someone's already seeded a little bit of doubt in you because you've spoken to them about it. Rise above that, get back into your magic, get back into this creation process, redo it if need be, reacquaint yourself with those ideas and those visualizations and fantasies that you've had about what it is that you want to create. Go back there and rebuild that power, and then ignore this person. This person, it does feel like they've actually created a little bit of doubt. You've got to rise above that and get back into it, because this is powerful. But when you do, it won't take you long, and you'll be there and you'll be powerful again, and, you know, whatevs. All right. I meant whatevs to this person, by the way. Okay, Key tip number 3, using the mystical wisdom deck. Okay. Key tip number 3 for manifesting your reality in that pure, powerful way that you're doing. Okay. Creative wonderment. That's exactly what I just said. Follow your passion. Which is this. What lights you up? What sets you on fire? What makes you feel passionate and excited? What motivates you? Intuition. Trust your intuition. Beautiful. Okay. And underlying that, dragon. Discover your courage to rise above. And I actually do feel like putting that there and putting it on top of, or even on top of that person. Okay. So what you're doing while you're doing this, especially if you're tapping into it and you're actually seeing it as magical, seeing it as powerful, and seeing it as your ability to yield that magic. That's you tapping into your intuition. Your intuition is telling you to do it that way, and to do it from a place of passion and creative wonderment, and from the perspective. I keep feeling like going back, like it's like you want to go back to how it was when you were a child again, where you didn't have responsibilities, when you didn't have to worry about, paying the next bill. You could just go outside and play all day, and then come in and have something to eat, and then go outside and play all day, and play hard and then sleep hard because you've been just buggered from such an amazing fun day. You want to get back to that again. You want to look at the world from a perspective of a child again. That is how you access your intuition in a very powerful way, and you're doing that whenever you tap into this energy that you're tapping into. That is when you're in your magic, and that's when you're in your power. And that's when you discover your courage. And courage, I always use an example of, and it's actually not a very nice example, stepping on a pile of bull ants. It doesn't take courage to step on a pile of bull ants with a boot on, but it does take courage to step on a pile of bull ants without a boot on, because there's fear there, and you're sort of overcoming the fear. So what I'm trying to get at with that is courage isn't about being strong. And you sort of the whole heroes of the whole stories that we've heard of, growing up, where people just run into battle and they've got no fear and they're so courageous. No, courage is feeling the fear and doing it anyway, knowing that it's going to be scary. That is courage. That is true courage. And it does take courage. This is a roundabout way of what I'm trying to say. It does take courage in this world to see this world through the vantage point that you do, because this world is designed to tell us that looking from a child's perspective is childish. At some point you need to grow up, and it's really hard to actually bring this message out into the world when you've got people like this that go, "What a load of crap. Don't believe in this shit. Your imagination's nothing." Your imagination is your intuition. Your imagination is your gateway to your soul. And it takes courage to actually speak this, even to admit it out loud to yourself, but admit it to other people who don't get it. That takes courage. It takes guts to actually dare to believe in magic, dare to believe that you can make it rain. And I'm actually going to say it. I'm going to sort of display a little bit of courage here. There's been 4 times in a row where in my life in the last few years where it's just been so dry. We've been through a drought. It hadn't rained in months and months and months. My tanks were dry. 4 times in a row, I have manifested rain in this way. I wrote it down. I actually really felt into the benefits. I said, I'm looking forward to when my tanks are full, and went into spend about an hour focusing on it. Within 2 weeks, got a storm every time. And it's only recently happened. And now my tanks are not full yet, but we've got more rain coming. And I'm not saying I'm that powerful. I am actually saying I am that powerful. I'm saying that we are all that powerful. We can make it rain through this. You can make it rain through this manifestational process. We are that powerful, and dare to believe, have the courage to believe that we are that powerful and we can tap into it. 4 times in a row, I've made it rain. Once, coincidence, 2 times? Nah. 4 times? Nah. And every single time it's actually been a storm. Not just rain, a storm within 2 weeks of me doing the creation process. We are that powerful. Dare to believe in your own power, dare to believe in this magic, and dare to believe that you can actually do it on purpose with intention. You can create anything if you make it playful and make it easy. Let go of the resistance and just allow the universe to do its thing. Step out of its own, the universe's way, step out of your own way and just be playful. Go, I want this. It's going to be so cool when I get it. I'm looking forward to it. Be in that state of excited anticipation for what's coming and dare to believe that you can create it. You can create whatever you want in your life. If you want to live the rest of your life just being playful and having no responsibilities and however that looks for you, what you want it to manifest, dare to believe that you can do that. You can do that. And the power, the energies are available now more than ever before. We don't need to cast spells. We don't need to do anything. I think we did in the past because the energies were denser, but the energy of this planet is lightening up. So we have more and more access to that. All we need is the power of our mind to come up with the idea and the power of our hearts to turn it into reality. Okay. All right. So I think that's all for the key tips. And now let's have a look at what you can do today to get you closer to this desire. And we'll use the Mythic Tarot for that. What can you do today? Beautiful. All right, what can you do today? And there it is, the Seven of Pentacles coming into the reversal. And underlying that, Five of Cups. Okay, so I'm thinking what you can do today. It feels like, well, today it's okay that it hasn't quite manifested yet. It's not quite ready. Whatever it is that you're manifesting, however, whatever form you want this to take, perhaps today is a day that you're not feeling all that good. And maybe that's what drew you to wanting to read a tarot or listen to a tarot on this subject. So it'd be really important to honor yourself, because the Five of Cups can also be it's about betrayal, but it's also and betrayal of the heart, but it's also about self-betrayal. It's not going to last very long. So maybe today you're in a bit of a slump. So maybe now is not the time to start manifesting. It's interesting that I'm going to get another thing, and I'm going to use a clarifier. I'm going to use the Crystal Visions Tarot just to get another piece of advice for what you can do today, because I would like to end it on a positive note, because that's what you're all about. So if there's something that is getting you down, or you feel like there's some sort of a betrayal that's occurred, or you feel like maybe you've betrayed yourself because you're not feeling all that good and you want to feel good all the time, it's okay that every now and then you have a low moment. That's what helps you distinguish between the low and the high. That's what makes high feel so good, because you know what it feels like to be low. And if you're going through a low moment and you're feeling a little bit off, that's okay. But also, now's not the time, if you're feeling that, to start manifesting or doing these spiritual practices. It's okay. Give yourself a break. Give yourself permission to just go, you know what? I'm just going to do something that makes me feel good. I'm not going to do my creation process. I'm going to do something that makes me feel good because I'm just feeling a little bit low, and that's okay. So I'm just going to get just another one. What can you do today? Oh, I think that was so down. There we go. Just had to put that back in. What can you do today to get you closer to your desire? That's give yourself a break. Cut yourself some slack. And I feel like I'm doing one more shuffle. Okay, what can you do today to get you closer to your desire? Okay, Six of Pentacles. It's just coming into the reversal. And I'll do an underlying as well. Five of Pentacles. There's actually a lot of five energy. Okay, so let's put that there. And let's put that over there. Okay, so I would say when you're looking at this today, it feels like you've been a little bit hard on yourself, because you got the Six and Seven of Pentacles both reversed, and you got two fives both upright. So You're definitely being a little bit hard on yourself. Perhaps you're feeling that this this could be happening a bit faster for you. You're doing everything perfect, but everything has like ebb and flow in it, and you're just going through the ebb stage. You're just going through the contrast stage. You know how the law of attraction works. This is a contrast stage that is motivating you into creating the desire in the first place. So it is only temporary. The fives are temporary. You don't have any major arcanas in this at all. So if you're going through a slump today, that's perfectly okay. Cut yourself some slack. And if you're thinking any feelings of self-betrayal, lack, maybe you've been listening to this person a bit too much and they've actually seeded a bit of doubt in you. Now is not the time to do your creation process. Now is the time to cut yourself some slack, do something that makes you feel good. Go out and buy yourself something that you like. It doesn't have to cost much. Go out and do something that makes you feel good, and just forget about all of it. Forget about what they said. Forget about doing the creation process or anything like that. Put yourself first and do you. Do anything that makes you feel prosperous, makes you feel abundant, makes you feel loved, and even if that's a form of self-love or makes you feel happy. That's what needs to be done today. Okay. Interesting. That was interesting how it came out. All right. That's a really strong message. But again, only temporary. If I had a reading on what to do tomorrow, it'd be a different reading. Okay. Whew. And let's have a look at advice from Spirit using the Tarot of Dreams deck. Okay. Advice from Spirit. Well, okay. Ace of Cups in the completion phase. This is developing your relationship. And I feel, and that's Nine of Wands. This is, yeah, developing your relationship with yourself. Is that in shot? Now it is. Okay. And I'll do the next 1 to 2 months energies in a second. But this is definitely because whatever this contrast is, it feels like it's overwhelming. This is the Nine of Wands here. I don't know if I put that up to the camera or not. He is just battle weary, and he's actually taking a bit of a break from whatever it is that, because you're at the same time you're creating something new, but the contrast looks like it's still in your life, but you want to take a break from it. So this is advice from Spirit, is to develop it, like take a break from everything. Take a break, especially from what has upset you or the contrasting situation. Take some time out, and however that looks for you. Maybe you want to sort of get a motel and just spend the weekend by yourself. You want to do something by yourself, or maybe there is one faithful friend, go and see your friend and have a coffee with them and just have a chat. Whatever it is that you can do just to give yourself a break from it, it is really important to just slow the energy down of the contrast, because you're in the process of creating something new. Perhaps this one faithful friend is someone who is just newly in your life, a new friend that you've known only for a short amount of time. It's interesting that I put the ace there on top of that faithful friend. Maybe spend that time with that person, but it is really important to take a step back from what's bothering you, because you need to in order to create the way that you normally create, you need to get back in to that vibration. And the best way you do that is to actually detach yourself from what's upsetting you, and that'll help your cork rise, that'll help your vibration rise, that'll help you make you feel a little bit better, taking yourself out of that negative energy. And then you're going to be closer to feeling better, and then you're going to be closer, or the happy feelings that is required for this sort of vibrational work is going to be more available to you when you get out of that energy. All right. All right, so let's have a look at the next 1 to 2 months, the energies for you with regards to creating this grandest desire. And this is using the Guardian Angel Messages deck. There we go. All right. Next 1 to 2 months. Two of Pentacles. Awesome. Balance, prioritization, and playfulness. Okay, you're going to get it. Let's just put it, yeah, move that up there because I want to make sure it's in shot. Okay, and Hermit reversed. Okay, so the Hermit is introspection, self-discovery, and mentorship. So let's put that there and put the 6 up there. There we go. It's in shot. Okay, so the next 2 months, you're going to come out of this energy within the next 2. I would say it's going to be more in the 1 month mark. Within 1 month, maybe even 2 weeks, 2 to 4 weeks, I would say, that you're going to start feeling playful again. You're going to come out of hermit mode. So I would say maybe you're taking a bit of time out away from this energy, or maybe you will now, but it won't take you long to get back to where you need to be and get back in and being playful with life again. So this is only temporary. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go into channeling mode and just see if there's any other information that wants to come through. Looking at that dragon again. You know, I'm actually going to, if I have the book here, where is it? It's this one. I'm going to read into that in the book. I don't normally, but I'm just like, even when I brought it out, I just got called to read the book. It's only a small passage. Okay. Discover your courage. The dragon represents courage, strength, and fortitude. The dragon is victorious in any situation and serves as a powerful guide and guardian in all endeavors. Victory comes in emotional triumph and healing of old wounds or completion of a project. Perfect. A surprise is looming for you that will create one of the most wonderful moments of your life in the next 2 to 4 weeks. This is a message of glorious accomplishments that will set the standards for years to come. Congratulations. Awesome. Mantra, my desire is coming to fruition. That's why I needed to read that. It was confirmation that what you're doing and what you've been asking for, this is a situation that you've already asked for. It is coming to fruition. Trust that it is. You may not see it yet, and maybe whatever this person has said has caused you to doubt it, but all you need to do now is get out of your own way. All you need to do is take a step from this doubting energy, whatever that is, and then get back to feeling good again, doing whatever you need to do to feel good again. That's all you need to do in order to make this manifest. You just need to get out of the way. That's it. And don't talk to this person about it again. Okay, so I'll just tune back in, seeing if there's anything else. Maybe there's a, and this is pretty specific, there's a discipline that you do, maybe like ballet, some sort of exercise, martial arts, something that you do with a group of people. That's something like that, or exercise. I would say it's more in alignment with using your body in some way, calisthenics, something like that, where you can just flow in the moment using your body as your instrument. That is going to be perfect for you at this time. That's going to help you release this energy and move out of it. Okay, let's see if there's anything else. Or it's something that you could go back to, which would be a really creative outlet for you if you've done it before in your past. Or dance, something physical like that. Okay, I'll see if I can get one more thing. Now going back to the creative wonderment card again. How did you create as a child? How did you view the world as a child? Whatever memory came up just then, go into that memory a little bit deeper. How did you view your world? And really get into that, memory. Using your visualization and imagination will help do that, and your intuition. Really amp that up. Really go into that state. And when you're in that state, bring that state into your current situation, especially this negative or contrasting one, and then view that situation from that childlike perspective. So really go back there, really feel what it's like to view your world from that creative, wonderment, childlike perspective. And then bring that perspective into your current situation and view it from there. Be really helpful to write down whatever comes through. There's answers there. There's keys there. You can look at a contrasting situation with wonderment. We've not been trained to do that, but this is where you shine. Just got the hiccup, sorry. This is where you shine. And this is what's going to turn this negative or contrasting situation into one of light. You'll be injecting light into it, and it won't feel so bad. It won't feel so strong. It won't feel like it has any power over you whatsoever. This is you taking control over it in your own special and unique way and pure way. But going back to what you're creating and what you have actually requested, the universe is going, oh, finally, someone who knows how to ask properly. Someone who knows how to tap into this music, interesting, this magic in a pure and powerful way. The universe is going, oh, thank God. We've finally got someone who knows what they're doing. Trust that you've already done it, and the universe has already heard it, and it's already on its way. It's already on its way to you. All you need to do is to step out of this energy, and the best way to do that is get back into that childlike perspective of wonderment about everything and about your world, and then look at this situation from that state, from that perspective, and just then it will lose its power. All you need to do is step out of that in order to make this happen. That's it. Perfect. Whew. Well, thank you so much for letting me sit in your energy, and I've learned a few things myself. It's just been an amazing, amazing read, and I want to be creating just the way you are. This is just awesome. If you liked it, please share, like, subscribe, put a comment in the comment section below. Always appreciated. But until I do my next read, again, I'll say thank you and bye.